Hello and welcome to How to Lead Your Business with Peter Cox. You're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. How will you lead them? Join us for this podcast where we dive deep into business leadership. This is the podcast where business owners and entrepreneurs learn how to grow their leadership to unlock business and personal growth, empower teams, and drive success. Whether you're a startup or scaling to the next level, we've got the insights, the strategies, the intellectual property you need to grow in leadership, to fuel your team and fuel your business to go to the next level. Let's get into this. Hello and welcome again to How to Lead Your Business podcast. Great, you can join us. As I said many times before, your thinking will determine your destiny. If you want to be successful and achieve what you want to achieve, you need the right thinking. In the next 2 episodes, I'm going to share about what my mentor taught me and what my mentor's mentor taught him about how to get your thinking right to help fuel your success. I'll also share what I've learned over the past 30 plus years of being a business owner to fuel my thinking. I'll stimulate and agitate you today. So strap in, let's get into this. I wanted to kick off the year with a key word called success and the thinking behind success. And I thought about my own journey over the last 35 years being in business. Leadership Dynamics is 20 years next year, Leadership Dynamics. And I've had the good fortune to be mentored by some significant men in my life, and they just taught me to think differently, to think better. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you some success thinking principles, but as you know, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions about where you're at in your business journey, your life right now, personal life, family life, business life, and what do you need to do to have a more successful year? We all want to have a better year. I'm not saying you didn't have a good year last year, but how can we make the year more successful than last year? So that's what this is about. Success thinking. You don't need talent, you need desire. Okay, that's the first thing about success. Everyone thinks that success is talent. There are many talented people that don't become successful in life because they don't have the hunger. It is not talent. It is desire. And when I look at my own journey, I've just got a lot of desire to succeed. It's about hunger. What do you need more desire about? If there's one thing that you've got to have more hunger about, what would that be? Building a successful business takes time. I remember when I started to first become successful in our first sales and marketing business. It was 1992, and I walked off a stage in Sydney after presenting on leadership and sales and marketing principles in front of 7,000 people at Darling Harbour Convention Centre. And the man that became my mentor walked up to me and he said, "How long have you been in business, Coxie?" And I said, 3 years, about 3 years. And then he looked at me and he had this little smile on his face and he said, "It takes 20 years to build anything great." And I never forgot that. And if I look at my business leadership dynamics, it's never been more successful, profitable, the type of clients I have, the way it works, but it's 20 years next year. 20 years. Don't judge your business too early. People make that mistake. Keep going, keep climbing, I say. Stop looking at where you are right now. It's where you want to be 3 to 5 years from now. And what do you need to do today to make that happen? Your self-image will reflect your business. What holds people back from success is the way they see themselves, the way they perceive themselves. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, how do you feel about you? First, you've got to love yourself before you can love others. I'm not talking about being arrogant. I'm talking about believing in yourself. And currently right now, I'm working with a 21-year-old semi-professional tennis player, a surfer, and a 17-year-old semi-professional tennis player that have got to have higher self-worth. It's not just talent. It's not just desire. They've got to believe in themselves. It doesn't matter what anyone else believes. It only matters what you believe. And people say to me, Coxie, do you believe I can do it? It doesn't matter what I believe. What do you believe? It doesn't matter what I believe. And that's going to come back to your self-image, how you view yourself. So what would you give yourself out of 10 right now for your level of self-worth? And I'll be transparent with you on this about something that's going on personally in my life right now. Now, as a leader, as a businessman, I'd give myself a 9 out of 10. But as a father, and I've had to dig myself out of this hole, I gave myself a 2 out of 10. And I've had some strong advice, some strong people in my life to realign my thinking about there are certain things in life we don't control when we're a parent. But it's very difficult when the people you love are hurting and they're in a big black hole. And you start reflecting on your journey and you start questioning, could I have done this better? Could I have done that better? Is it because of me? And you've got to get out of that negative thinking and those questions, because that's going to destroy your self-worth. And if it can happen to me, it sure can happen to you. Your self-worth is a big part of you becoming successful. How you view yourself as a person, as a human being, as a leader, as a father, as a brother, as a sister, as a parent, as a business partner. It's really important you grow your self-worth. So when my mother passed away, some of you may know, on the 18th of December. And I'll always remember that morning because it was the day after my mum's 86th birthday. I'd said goodbye to her in Sydney 2 days before. I'd spent 2 days with my mum, flown back, and I knew 48 to 72 hours. And the phone rang. It was an unlisted number. I took the call, and it was the nurse from my mother's hospital saying, Peter, your mum passed at 6:40 a.m. this morning. And it was 5:40 a.m. my time. It was an hour behind Sydney in the Gold Coast here. And I teared up, and I remember. And then I thought, I got to be careful this doesn't derail me. And so I got out of bed, I showered, and I went and pumped iron at the gym for 90 minutes. And during that gym session, I cried. I was in a world of hurt. But it was so important that I did something to give me power to get to a very tough moment, because I didn't want to go to the gym. So I did it. And I've been right ever since. I've got to do things in my own life to grow my self-worth. So do you. During tough times, you really need self-worth, or you will not be successful. You won't be able to have influence, and you won't be able to lead people. You must have the ability to identify people's needs. If you want to be successful, it's not about what you want. It's about what do the people around you need. For me right now, it's what does my wife need? What do my 2 sons need? What does my dad need right now? In business, it's what do my clients need? What do my staff need? In my global business, what does my leadership need? It's not about me. It's about the needs of other people and meeting those needs. You've got to take the focus off what you need and focus on what people around you need if you want to become more successful. So what do your key people need right now? When you think about some of the key people in your life, personal, business, what do they need right now? You've got to be thinking about what they need. As the leader, when you grow, your business will grow. When you grow people, you grow organizations. But The Leadership Dynamics Online Leadership Development Program is about people taking personal accountability and responsibility for themselves, doing that 30 minutes a week, 30 lousy minutes a week, and some people can't even do that. A 10-minute video and a 20-minute personal accountability, filling out the online booklet. They can't even commit 30 minutes a week, but they want to be successful. It's about you growing you. Personal change is an inside job. It's a decision. And what you are not changing, you are choosing. So you've got to be real careful what you choose to do and not do. But I want to encourage everyone that's on this Hour of Power of Coxie to grow and change in 2023. Don't be the same person, same human being next year this time. You want different thinking, different behaviors, and you want different people around you in your life if you want to become successful. What leadership behavior must you grow to lead more effectively? What leadership behavior must you grow to lead more effectively? I've increased my reading and I've increased my meditation. I've increased it. I still go to the gym 4 to 6 times a week. I still walk my dogs 3 to 5 kilometers, 5 to 7 days a week. I still drink 2 to 3 liters of water a day. I still take supplements. I still take monthly advice from my mentor in the US, but what I've increased is my meditation and my reading. What do you need to grow to lead more effectively? It takes work. The reason why I shared that with you is because, with me turning 60 this year, it's not easy to go to the gym 4 to 6 times a week, particularly the morning your mum passed away. It takes work. And what gives me the right to speak into your life and challenge you to grow if I don't do it to myself? But it grew me. It put something in me. It put a power in me. I can't tell you, it was powerful. And I felt so weak when I first got to the gym, and I felt like Gigantor by the time I walked out of there, and I had a plan of what to do to help support my dad and my sister, and I was on my A game. But if I lied in bed, feeling sorry for myself, depressed, I may not even be doing this right now. It takes work to be successful. It takes a lot of work. Your daily habits are your future. The Leading for Growth program has a holistic picture of leadership, strong leadership thinking, balanced, happy home life, health and fitness. That is my holistic picture of leadership. So you need to grow daily habits to have strong leadership thinking, daily habits to have a more balanced, happy home life, and daily habits to grow your health and fitness. You need to be growing in all 3 areas if you're going to become an effective leader. That's what I believe. So what are 3 new daily habits you must implement? I'll give you a strange one. One of the things that I'm doing daily is I'm watering the garden. And I find it very therapeutic. And I think a lot about life, people, what I can be grateful about, what I need to be a better leader about, people I love, people I need to help, new goals and dreams I have. While I'm watering the garden, hosing the leaves off around the pool area, I find it very therapeutic. It's a new habit I've increased. And my wife, Debbie, thinks I'm getting OCD about it because I sometimes do it twice a day. I never used to do this. It doesn't matter what that new habit is, but if it's a healthy habit, grow it. If it's helping you to become more successful in your life. What are 3 habits you must extinguish? What would those 3 habits be? When I asked you that question, you want to be more successful, you already know the answer to that question. You already know what you've got to get rid of in your life. Change equals progress. Without change, there can be no progress. What you are not changing, you are choosing. It's your choice whether you change those 3 habits or not. I'm challenging you today about success thinking. You want to be more successful, you need to develop 3 new habits and extinguish 3 current habits that are holding you back. Successful people I know are good with people. They're good at attracting people into their life. And I went to a very special long luncheon at a French restaurant in Brisbane on Friday, and there was 7 of us in the room, 7 men. And we're going to do this every 1 to 2 months and grow this room to probably 12. Very successful, powerful, professional athletes, business owners in their own right in this room. And it was dynamic. You attract what you are. And I want to get around people that are more successful than me, because that makes me strive and want to climb and get better. Which means you need to change, you need to grow. People need to notice that there's a freshness about you in 2023. You're not the same old person that you've been for the last 5 years. Something has changed in you, which is called the law of attraction, magnetism, and it draws people to you because they see something's changed. This is a powerful success principle. So what must you do better to attract people to you? One of my goals is to grow the network of entrepreneurs that come into my life. And I'm working on some couple of big opportunities and projects for that to happen right now. And I'm also hoping to become involved in a vision that's going to impact the youth of Australia right now, where they'll become better human beings when they go into the workforce, when they come from disadvantaged families, right? So I'm doing some things to attract new people into my life. And I know if I do this, I'm going to become more successful. But it's not about what I'm doing. I'm just sharing some transparency. It's about what are you doing to attract better people into your life? Because you will not become successful hanging around B graders. In the last chapter of my book, The Dream is Everything, I spoke about the association factor. Who you associate with is who you become. That was the biggest turning point of my life when that gentleman, Jim, when he came up to me and says, it takes 20 years to build anything great. And then he became my mentor for 22 years. And here I am. It was called the law of attraction. It was about being led, allowing myself to be led, and iron sharpens iron. It's such a powerful principle for success. You hang around B graders, you'll be a B grader. You hang around A graders, you'll be an A grader. When I play golf, I'm a B grade golfer going into A grade right now because I play with A graders and I'm starting to beat them as a B grader, which means sooner or later I will be an A grade golfer. But if I played with C and D grade golfers, I'm never going to get any better. Who do you need to attract into your life to help you become more successful? And one of the things I teach my clients in leadership dynamics is if there's an A grader that you have a lot of time and respect for, buy them lunch or buy them dinner. Take a notebook and say you've got 10 questions you'd like to ask them about becoming successful in life. I've done this in my own life. And you're showing respect to someone that's more successful than you, you'll be surprised what they share with you. And I've had several leadership dynamics clients do that last year. And one of those clients are in the top 100 fastest growing business in Australia now. Just launched another business, which is scaling globally. And they are doing this every 1 or 2 months. It's a powerful principle and they're getting free IP. Connecting with an A grader that's giving them information to help them grow their business and become more successful. Who you attract is a big, big part of becoming successful. You'll be more effective with less time, not more time. So what do you need to get busier at? Get busier. If there's one thing you've got to get busier at, what is that? I didn't say you weren't busy, but are you busy on the right thing? There are many busy people going nowhere, but they're busy. They're real busy. Get busy on the right activities. That's a success thinking principle. Am I busy on the right things? You must have confidence. If you're meeting Coxie for the first time, you can still lack a lot of confidence. Okay? All right? You've got to have confidence. You've got to back yourself. If you want to be successful, you've got to have confidence. So what must you be more confident about? What must you be more confident about to be more successful in 2023? What's holding you back? Where are you lacking self-confidence? Where are you lacking belief? You're the only one that can be more confident about you. If I could give you my confidence, I would, but it's not going to work. But I've never lacked confidence. Are you good with people? That's a big question. To be successful, I don't know anyone in business or in life that is not good with people that are successful. Do you have the right goals? I shared my number one goal with my wife 2 weeks ago. Out of everything, she knows what that number one goal is. So everything that I'm going to do this year is to move us towards that number one goal. We've got other goals, but do you have the right goal? And the goal I'm talking about is not a business goal. That is not a priority for me right now. I've got business goals, but it's not my number one goal right now. Do you have the right goals? Discipline is the difference between goals and accomplishments. It takes discipline. When people set goals, they have the goal. But do you have the discipline to do whatever it takes to achieve that goal? That was by Jim Rohn. You need a goal, you need a plan, and you need action. So what are your top 3 goals? I want you to write your top 3 goals down for 2023. You cannot have a successful 2023 if you don't know what your top 3 goals are. So you get to the end of 2023, did you achieve those top 3 goals? Do you really know what you want? Do you really know what you want? When I'm working one-on-one with clients, I ask them that question quite often to see if they do really know what they want. What makes you wake up in the morning? What's driving you? What do you want? Where do you want to be 12 months from now, 5 years from now? Do you really know what you want? Many people think success is being in the right place at the right time. Many people think success is way beyond their reach. These are all principles I learned from John Maxwell, my mentor, Jim, and some of my own principles. Everything I'm sharing with you today, from my mentor's mentor and my mentor. These are things that I wrote down a long time ago. Many people think success is an event or a destination. It's not. If you knew how close you were to succeeding, Your sense of urgency would treble. You are so much closer to success than you realize. But most people lose the discipline, the drive, the belief, the self-worth, the self-confidence. And they quit and give up. And they're so much closer than they realize. The reason why there are less successful people in the world than unsuccessful people is because people quit. They stop. They give up. Success is not meant to be easy. It's all in how you think. Success is a choice. You decide whether you're going to be successful or not. It's a choice. There is no secret for success. I have the honor and privilege to mentor very significant business owners, entrepreneurs, elite sporting coaches, athletes. And there's no secret. That they don't have a secret. They all have similar things I'm sharing with you, the way they think, their work ethic, the people they associate with, their daily habits, their daily routine. They're all the same. But they're just successful in different parts of business and life. There's no secret to success. It starts with the way you think. If your thinking doesn't change, nothing's going to change. The power of what we're doing today is we're challenging your thinking. If we can change the way you think, you'll change the way you behave. If you change the way you behave, you're going to change you're going to change your results. The truth about leadership is discipline and focus on those behaviors that drive results rather than focusing only on the results. If you only focus on the results you want to achieve won't happen. Success is about the result, but stop thinking about the result and start thinking about your behaviors. And everything that I'm sharing with you today is about behaviors, success thinking behaviors. That's all it is. It's not rocket science. It's about your behaviors. Keep going. I just keep going. I keep climbing. I keep climbing. I keep climbing. I just keep going. 35 years this year in business. I keep going. Is everything perfect in my life? No. Is all my businesses where I want them to be? No, but I just keep going. And I apply myself to the success thinking I'm sharing with you. Every question that I'm asking you today, I've got answers in my own personal life right now. So when I ask you a question in this hour of power, and I know some of them are confronting questions, they will stimulate you, they will agitate you, but they stimulate and agitate me as well. I've got my own answers for my life, my journey, where I am in 2023 to those questions. It's not just you. I too have to answer these questions, which I do. And I find the better I answer these questions and the more personally accountable I become to the answer to those questions, the more successful I seem to become in life. But there are certain things in life we can't control. I'm talking about the things we can control in life. We cannot control everything. It's just not humanly possible. But you keep going. You keep going. Success is about you keep climbing, keep climbing, keep climbing. It takes focus. You need to focus to be successful. You're meeting someone here that is very focused. I've got a lot going on in my personal and business life, and I have to be very focused. And I've learned how to focus. It takes focus on the right things to be successful in life. And you know what you've got to do to succeed. But will you do it? So what must you be more focused about? What is one thing you must be more focused about? What's something you've got to be more focused about? I want you to answer that question. Being led. If I asked you this question, who leads you? Who's leading you? Because that was a turning point for me in May 1992. May 1992, for the first time in my life, I allowed myself to be led. If you watch that TEDx talk that I did, Edification Changed My Life, I learned that principle from my mentor. I'd never heard of the word edification, but it was a game changer for me in my business life, family life, personal life, and in professional sport. Being led with that principle, edification, changed my life. So who's leading you right now? Be led. And it's going to help you become more successful. Be teachable. What do you got to be more teachable about? What's one thing you've got to be more teachable about? What aren't you hearing? You're listening to me right now, but are you hearing me? There is a big difference. We listen a lot to a lot of information, but do we hear the gold? So what aren't you hearing? And when I ask my clients that with one-on-one sessions I do, they say, well, I don't know what I'm not hearing. I said, well, you better work it out because it's holding you back from success. What aren't you hearing? Self-discipline. You want to be successful? Grow your self-discipline. So what must you have more self-discipline about in 2023? If there's one thing you've got to be more self-disciplined about in 2023, what would that be? What do you got to be more self-disciplined about in 2023? For me, it's meditation and reading daily. I did it this morning at 6 a.m. before this meeting because I know I won't get it done after this meeting. 15 minutes a day. It takes 90 days to create a new habit. 90 days. You need the right attitude. So what do you need a better attitude about in 2023? What must you have a better attitude about? So when you think about your thinking, your thoughts determine your destiny. So you've got to be very careful what you think about. And when we go through a lot of hurt in life, trauma, pain, loss, grief, we've got to be very careful how we think. Got to be real careful. Your thoughts will determine your destiny. And your work ethic. That's a guarantee. You want to be successful in life, it's going to take work. That's a no-brainer. So what must you work harder at in 2023? If there's one thing that you've got to work harder at in 2023, and I've got something from a business perspective I've got to work harder at. I've actually got two things that I've got to work harder at in 2023. I've started the first one, but there's a second behavior I've got to grow in 2023 that I wasn't happy about in 2022. I've got two answers to that question in my own life. What must you work harder at in 2023? I spoke about self-worth. It's so important if you want to become successful. So what must you do to grow your self-worth? What must you do to grow your self-worth? And for me, I shared my story about what I did the morning my mum passed. And it put something in me. And it gave me a strength to help lead my dad, who was absolutely heartbroken. My mum and dad were together 65 years. So I had to be really strong for my dad and my sister. But you know who I had to be strongest for the most? Me. So I had to do something that was going to make me feel strong. And it grew my self-worth. It put something in me. Effective communication. You want to be successful in life? You want a successful 2023? You've got to improve the way you communicate. So what must you communicate to your team right now? If you look at the people you lead, the team, what do you need to communicate to that team right now more effectively? If you are leading people, what must you communicate right now to that team? What is the answer to that question? Communication, John Maxwell said, is an instrument of leadership. So if you think about what an instrument can cut people, it can hammer people, it can make people laugh, it can make people cry. Communication is a powerful, powerful tool and is a key behavior to create success in one's life. Make a decision in 2023. You can't create success if you don't make a decision. Procrastination will not lead to success. Sooner or later, you've got to pull the trigger and make that decision. So what is a key decision you must make right now? And I was talking to my wife, Deb, yesterday for an hour. She's in Sydney right now, and I'm here about a key decision we've got to make. And we've got to make it in the next 3 weeks. And it's a big one. It's life. You've got to make decisions. You can put your head in the sand and procrastinate and hope it goes away. It doesn't. The problem doesn't go away. Leadership's about making decisions. You want to lead for growth in 2023? What is a key decision you must make right now, February 2023? Integrity. Your word is your word. Is your word your word? Can you be trusted as a leader, as a person, as a business partner, as a business owner, as a team leader? That when you say you're going to do something, do you do it? So what must you have more integrity about in 2023? And I've got integrity, but I've got to have more integrity about one behavior in 2023 as a business owner that I'm going to grow. Accountability. You've got to be personally accountable to you. It starts with you, being accountable to you. So what must you be more personally accountable about in 2023? Not your partner, not your spouse, you. What must you be more personally accountable about? This can apply to your personal life, your business life. And when I ask you that question, you already know the answer to that question. I'm asking you tough questions. If you grow off the back of every question I've asked you today, you are going to have a successful 2023. There's no way you won't. But will you? Will you have the discipline to nail the answers to those questions? Which means you are personally accountable to yourself and nobody else. Effectiveness over efficiency. You want to be effective. Are you effective or are you efficient? The efficiency of this meeting is we started at 6:30 a.m. We made it by 1 minute. We lost the link. It disappeared out of the Zoom account, and I had my marketing manager under the pump in Sydney to make sure it went live, and she got it done with 30 seconds to go. That was efficient, man. And I'm hoping there's 100 plus people on this. probably, hopefully more, because I don't know what that did, because it disappeared, which was inefficient. But she got it done. But that doesn't mean this meeting was effective. It just means it happened. And so I'm asking myself as I do this presentation, am I being effective right now? Am I being efficient? Next point, next point, next point. Oh, I've done my, see ya. I want this to be effective for whoever is on this live hour Power February 2023 with Coxie. I want to see your thinking change when it comes to success, your behaviors change, for you to lead for growth. I want it to be effective, not efficient. Next hour power is March, whatever. I'll see you then. Bye. That's efficiency. Means nothing to me. Developing a team. You need to develop a team. You will not get to the top of the mountain on your own. And I know there are business owners on this today that have team members that are meeting me for the first time. And those teams are developing. Clients in Australia, clients in Europe, right? And it's about developing a team. That's how you're going to become successful. We did not create success in our life on our own. The successful clients that I lead, big businesses, didn't get there on their own. They've got amazing people around them. The association factor. You need to keep developing that team. So what must you do to grow your team to reach their potential? So if you look at the team of people you have around you and you want a more successful year in 2023, and you look at the potential of the people you have, the team, what must you do as that leader to grow that team to reach their potential? Grow leaders around you. Such an important part of my journey was learning to grow leaders around me. And leadership dynamics was born out of that principle. And I've spent nearly 20 years growing leaders in corporate Australia, New Zealand, and now globally. When you grow leaders, you grow businesses, you grow teams. Done it in professional sport as well. So if you want to become more successful in 2023, it's not just about you becoming a better leader. What are you going to do to grow leaders around you to help you get to that goal that you want to achieve? What is your program to do that? You only succeed when you improve. So if you don't improve in 2023, you won't succeed. And you make the decision to improve. In the end, it's your decision whether you want to improve or not. No one can make that decision for you. So what must you improve so that you succeed in 2023? And that was part one. Success thinking principles. I really hope that makes a difference. That's a wrap for today. Until next time, check out our online high performance team masterclass. It's got everyone talking. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people are using that online program now to lead their teams more effectively and to create a high performance environment. There's no assignments, no exams. It's packed full of practical strategies and resources to help you build and grow the right team in a thriving culture to drive your business forward with you. Go to leadershipdynamics.com.au for all the details. If you found value in today's episode, subscribe, leave us a review, share it with your network. I'm sharing a lot of my leadership journey, and I know it'll make a difference in your life to achieve the vision and the dreams that you have for your business and your life. Keep climbing.